Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your host for the pitch semi-final from Techstars Toronto, Sunil Sharma.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the pitch stage semi-finals. We are live for the first time ever here on Center Stage. So my name is Sunil Sharma. I am the managing director of Techstars Toronto. Techstars is the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed, and Toronto is home to Collision 2019, and we expect to see all of you there. Very excited. So this has been the biggest and most exciting pitch ever, and it's only going to get better tonight. Over the past 2 days, 70 of Collision's best startups have pitched on our pitch stage, ranging from AI to fintech. 10 have emerged from these groups and will pitch on stage today, along with 10 pre-selected pitch finalists. But as you can see, our startups are not alone. They're going to be judged by this esteemed panel of judges. Huge pressure. Each startup is only going to pitch for 3 minutes, and there will be no Q&A from the judges. So the startups only have a few minutes to impress and convince these people who deserves a spot in tomorrow's grand finale final. Again, no pressure. So our mega panel of judges here will be scoring each of our startups out of 10. And so that's enough for me. Let's hear from our first startup company as our judges finally take their spots. And we're going to keep the timing really tight. Our first startup pitching from one of our group rounds is Bonbouton. Please welcome Ling Li and Ingrid Bell.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Ling Li. I'm the founder and CEO of Bonbouton. And here we have Ingrid Bell, co-founder and COO. This is my family. My wife, she was diagnosed with gestational diabetes when we first had our baby. And turns out that diabetes is one of the biggest health problems in the US. You know that there are 30 million people suffering from diabetes every day. And in one of the major complications, foot amputation is one of them. There are 200 cases of foot amputation due to diabetic problem. And that alone cost the whole US system $15 billion. That's a lot of money. And then foot ulcer is actually deadlier than you think. If you take a look at this one, from the first amputation, in 5 years, 60% of the patient will actually die. And compared to breast cancer, it's less than 10%. So foot ulcer is actually the leading cause to foot amputation. Luckily, we have a way to prevent that from happening. If you take a look at this thermal image, the right foot, which is on your left-hand side, is a few degrees warmer than the other one. However, it's posing 85% more chance of developing the foot ulcer over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Temperature monitoring methods has been clinically proven to reduce the ulceration, improve the quality of life, and decrease the medical costs. We think we have a way to do it.
In Lin's PhD, he was studying the nanomaterial graphene and found that it had sensing capabilities to detect temperature fluctuations, motion, and humidity. Our innovation centers around the inkjet printing method of graphene onto materials such as fabric that enable these everyday wearable items to take advantage of the sensing capabilities that we discovered and patented. Our foot health monitoring system features a smart connected insole with our graphene sensor layer embedded between standard shoe insole layers that's completely undetectable to the wearer due to its flexibility and thinness. And our app provides continuous monitoring with real-time notifications signaling to a provider where earlier clinical intervention can occur. We see incentives for both providers and patients with our solution. Our pricing model right now is looking at $99 per pair for patients with a $10 per patient per month monitoring fee paid for by providers. And we're currently Medicare reimbursable under an existing code. We've received great traction over the last few years. I want to highlight our pilot testing in usability studies at the end of last year showed overwhelming response with an unmet need. Last month, we announced a partnership with Gore for a strategic innovation R&D partnership. And as we look to the next few months for this year, we're hoping to do our clinical effectiveness trial as aligned to our regulatory strategy and have a commercial beta before the end of the year. This is our leadership team. Lynn Lee, founder, CEO, with his background in technical and R&D. My background's in regulatory and marketing. And, I guess I'm cut off. We all have a passion for preventive health. We have diabetics in each of our immediate families, and we're very happy to be here.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to hand the mic. Okay. Thank you very much, Ling and Ingrid. Our second company is one of our first pre-selected companies. Please welcome from Chili Piper, Brandon Foreman.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us here. I am Brandon Foreman with Chili Piper. I, like everyone else on our team, do pretty much everything there is. For those, our button there, that's me. We're a team of 10 people. We're distributed all over the country and even outside the country. We have pretty much solved a problem that we believe most of the market has skipped over, and that is basically when we take users, we take marketing dollars, we take demand gen, we take everything we possibly can, to drive consumers and customers to our website. From there, what do we want them to do? We want them to fill out a form. We want them to engage. And then what do we want to do? We want to convert them. What do we call converting the customer? Converting the customer is getting the meeting, with the customer. So everybody's made a million different slides. Everybody's put different things, together. Everybody's made tools. There's an app for everything, all to get people to fill out a form. Once they go through and fill out a form, what do? It's 2018. We do nothing more than what we did in 1995. We send them an email, say thanks, they will get right back with you. So if we take that and equate that to brick and mortar business, if I go walk into Banana Republic and say I want to buy this shirt, and the guy looks at me and says, thanks, we'll get back with you, I think I'd be shocked. It's 2018. Now our website is our brick and mortar. It's our business. So what do we want to do? Instead of taking all of this information, taking everything that they possibly, dollar that we could spend to get someone to come to this website and fill out a form, what do we need to do? We need to get smarter with the form than just email it and say we're going to get back with them and thank them for their time. So that's where Chili Piper steps in. With a small 3-line JavaScript, we can drop in on your website on any form. We integrate with everything from Marketo to HubSpot to Pardot to every platform, even your custom forms. And what do? We take all the data that the user fills out on the form. We take all the data that you might have already in your existing CRM. We take all the data that you want to enrich with other companies like Clearbit, like Datanyze, those different ones. As much data as you can throw, we're going to turn around and look at that data, and we're going to route that data. Once we turn around and do that, we're going to put it in the correct queue, load balance it, and then we're going to turn around and have them schedule a meeting. Right then and there on the website, speed to lead, less than 5 seconds. If we've got an AE at your company that's available and we see nothing's in their calendar, we see that they're not on the phone, we'll integrate with their phone systems, we'll turn around and connect that call real time with them right there. We sit in some really good company. A lot of companies have used us. We even have a really big social network that books over 9,000 meetings a week using our platform. So the short 20-second version, we turned around, we did $200,000 seed round in 16, became cash flow positive in 10 months. We have a negative churn. We've managed to be over $1 million in ARR in less than 2 years. So that's use of proceeds. We'll probably collect our team back and take a little break. We've been a little busy the last couple of years bringing all these clients in. So that is Brandon Foreman from Chili Piper. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. Okay, our third startup is the winner of our second group round. The company is called coParenter. Please welcome Jonathan Verk.
All right. Come on, you can do better than that.
That's right.
All right. Okay, thanks. My name is Jonathan Verk. I'm the co-founder and CEO of coParenter. coParenter is a management and mediation platform for separating, divorced, and never married parents. It helps them make and manage co-parenting responsibilities, communicate better, but the real innovation is our ability to connect parents with an on-demand mediator who can help them resolve disputes, document the agreement, synchronize the details of that agreement on each device, and actually make it real easy to file either e-file or physically file that agreement with the court. As entrepreneurs, we're obviously here to solve some big, important pain points. And I'm not for 1 second going to suggest that divorce isn't a big pain point. It is. It's terrible. It sucks. Don't do it. But it's a legal construct. And 80% of what people fight about in and out of court are non-legal co-parenting issues. In fact, America spends over $100 billion a year on divorce and litigation. That hurts families. It clogs up the court system. And it really impacts child well-being in the long term. So that's what led us to create coParenter, where we use machine learning integrated with human intervention to help parents take a more child-centric approach to resolving their disputes, keep saving them money, saving them time, and obviously keeping them out of court. So courts love it because we're reducing the caseload. Parents love it because they're arguing less. And kids like it because their parents are not fighting as much. We've got an incredible team behind us. My co-founder is Judge Cheryl Ellsworth. She was a family law judge for 9 of the 20 years that she spent on the bench. And my technologist partner, Eric Weiss, who's been in the tech sector for a long time. And we're taking this very, very big, very prickly problem with a massive market. Everybody in here knows somebody who's gone through divorce or has gone through it themselves. They know how hard it is. But there's 40 million people in an active co-parenting relationship that will last an average of 10 years. And at $10 a month, we're looking at a $4.8 billion addressable market. And that's before we take the online dispute resolution platform and bring it into other verticals of civil law, tickets, small claims, HR, etc. So we help parents, we give them tools to help them manage and organize their everyday co-parenting responsibilities, integrated with on-demand mediation and one-on-one coaching. With our network of professionals. We have 3 channels that we're working through, and we've been in testing since last March, and these channels are absolutely ready to go. We have the court channel, which means judges are ordering the platform and forcing people to use it. We have judges ordering it across Canada and the US, and we have at least 12 courts in our backlog. We have firms who are buying our enterprise platform and making it possible to serve their clients in ways that they were never able to do before. And our direct-to-consumer channel, we've got our cost per acquisition down to about $30, and we anticipate a 2 years on the platform. We're looking for $5 million and great partners to help us put kids at the center, not in the middle.
All right. Big round of applause for Jonathan. Amazing. Okay, our 4th company is another one of our pre-selected companies. Please welcome from CloudApp, Tyler Koblasa.
Awesome.
Tyler.
Hey.
All right.
Hello, I'm Tyler Koblasa, CEO at CloudApp. Imagine a world where communicating with your customers, with your team members, is smarter, faster, and more intelligent. CloudApp is an intelligent visual communication platform that allows you to quickly capture and share webcam videos, annotated screenshots, as well as video walkthroughs to get your point across, changing a world from a wall of text to a visual world. Visuals are processed 60,000 times faster in the brain than text, but for some reason, everyone's typing. And we're typing everywhere. We're typing if it's talking to a customer in a support ticket. We're typing if we're explaining something to a sales lead or a prospect. And we're typing if we're explaining how to reproduce a bug to a developer on our team. With CloudApp, simply visit getcloudapp.com, create a free account, and download either the Mac or Windows app to your desktop. Next, fire up CloudApp and record either an HD video, a GIF, an annotated screenshot. In this case, we're going to go through reproducing a bug where our demo form broke on the site. And I go ahead and enable, let's say, the webcam feature so that the team knows how frustrating it is that this bug is here. So I go through these steps, and I go through reproducing the bug. And sure enough, let's see, the form breaks. And now I quickly have this link of this content that's securely uploaded to the cloud and shareable in places like Slack and other places that I work. CloudApp also lets you capture annotations. So if I wanted to give some quick feedback on this marketing site, I'd be able to say, hey, let's go ahead and move this text down a bit. It looks a little bit cramped. And maybe I want to give props on this new motion graphic here on the right. So maybe even add an emoji to say, this is awesome, give some encouragement. Next, CloudApp directly integrates with platforms like Slack and GitHub to be able to send that data directly from CloudApp through that workflow. I can also set up security settings to automatically destroy the content after one view, or add it to a collection to share that with others on the team. CloudApp lets me also create these shared collections. In this case, we'll call it homepage changes. Add one or more members from my team. So in this case, it might be Scott. And I'm going to go ahead and add any of these recent captures into that collection. With that collection, I can then now share that with the team or other environments to be able to get that point across and have a shared library of content. CloudApp also leverages machine learning to understand what's within that content, whether that be searching for text, an object, or color. CloudApp works where you work in dozens of places, including places like Zendesk that lets you quickly integrate that content within a support ticket. Let's say embedding a GIF to get that issue solved faster. as well as places like Jira. We have enterprise-grade security, a simple pricing model of free individual license and team accounts at about $100 a year, serving today thousands of customers and saving them millions of minutes a month.
Okay, good job, Tyler. Okay, next up, the winner of the third round of pitches from Specdrums, Jack Fitzgerald. Please welcome Jack. All right, Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Fitzgerald. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Specdrums. Next slide. Over 1.2 million elementary school students in the US don't have access to a music education. Those that do are often crowded around an instrument that is out of tune and out of repair. Our team of engineers and entrepreneurs, musicians and music instructors have created the world's most portable musical creation device. Introducing Specdrums. They're app-connected rings that turn color into sound, making the world your sound machine. So using Specdrums is as easy as downloading our app, tapping to connect the ring with Bluetooth, and then turning colors around you into sounds.
All right.
Now, if you think that's cool, here's what you can do with 2 rings and a little bit more practice. So with very little funding, yet our team has been able to accomplish some great production. We had a utility patent issued at the end of 2016. We've been through 9 major iterations of our technology, and we've manufactured and shipped to happy customers. All of this was in preparation for a huge Kickstarter campaign, where in August and September of last year, we raised over $188,000 from almost 2,000 customers who ordered more than 4,500 rings from over 50 countries. We've also gotten some excellent coverage and publicity. But most importantly, we've been learning a ton about our customers. We've identified musicians, parents, and teachers as our 3 key demographics. Here's what teachers have to say about using the product.
Specdrums allows kids to use their creativity in ways that we haven't been able to do before.
Oh my gosh, the options for these in the music classroom are completely endless. Specdrums were the perfect way to keep students engaged in music through technology.
So we've continued to bring our product to market by selling a pair on our website, as well as a 10-pack and other accessories. And we're especially focused on learning from our customers as we finish fulfillment this month. Moving forward, we're going to focus on distribution, an Amazon launch in July, as well as conversations with Apple for a retail launch this holiday season. But most importantly, our team is made up of diverse backgrounds and experiences, and we're all focused on the one goal of bringing music to everyone's fingertips. Thank you.
All right, Specdrums. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to our 5th startup. Again, another one of our pre-selected 10. The company is called CounterFind. Please welcome Rachel Deutsch.
What's up, y'all? Hey, guys. Okay, CounterFind is here to not only address, but to disrupt the counterfeit goods industry, which is a more than $500 billion industry annually. It's true that 1 out of 3 smartphones in China is counterfeit. Additionally, counterfeiters no longer are there sitting outside of concert venues or stadiums selling you counterfeit. Now they're going where users spend most of their time, which is online, to venues like Facebook, using targeted marketing to find you and sell you counterfeit goods. That's why we created CounterFind, which is a B2B SaaS subscription platform helping some of the world's largest brands in sports, music, and entertainment fight the crazy influx of counterfeit merchandise online. We didn't just come up with this idea overnight. Our executive team all has a background in print-on-demand apparel that we sold through targeted advertising on social media. It was there that me, along with Darren Woodson, yes, former Dallas Cowboy, would go into these meetings with big sports, music, and entertainment brands to try to find a licensing agreement, where we ended up having the same conversation, which was the influx of counterfeit merchandise online was crazy, and no one knew how these counterfeiters were selling it. So we knew that we needed to create a solution. CounterFind now plugs directly into each marketplace to be able to collect data through a mixture of API and scraping, and then presents all of that data through a filtering formula and image recognition back to the client in easy-to-use statuses that helps them remove all of the counterfeit automated in real time. This is truly every legal team's dream come true. Before CounterFind, this process was completely manual. Now, brands can take back control of their brand online, eliminate counterfeit merchandise, eliminates rogue competition, helping licensees increase sales. It's long-term brand protection and insurance for them in this space, and they can use and have used much of this data, the data from CounterFind, to seek legal action and damages from a lot of these counterfeiters. We've had a lot of amazing traction to date. Our business model is $1,000 per month per brand per marketplace integration. The way that we grow is obviously by adding additional verticals and marketplaces. So currently we have about 50 brands paying on our platform to date, including the Dallas Cowboys and brands like Universal Music for some of their artists. Our strategic partnerships have also played a huge role in the growth of our company. We work directly with marketplaces for faster removals and retractions. We've also had some strategic investments from the Dallas Cowboys and even clients like Lincoln Park. Thank you very much.
All right, Rachel. Okay, our next company is Optelos. I want you to introduce David Coleman. Welcome, David.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Coleman. I'm one of the co-founders of Optelos. We provide AI analytics and visual data solutions for the drone industry. If everybody in the room has had the problem of uploading images and files to your favorite cloud platform, you've probably been through the experience of naming conventions and trying to come up with retrieving that information at a future date. Now, just imagine doing that 8 million times a day, every single day. That's what the drone industry is facing right now. The drone industry is a huge marketplace. It's a $100 billion space with $4 billion in technology spend, which is the arena in which Optelos plays. These guys are performing 10,000 inspections a day already, 8 million images a day. And if you ask yourself, how are they handling it? They're doing it the same way you do at home. They do it one image at a time. This process is slow, it's expensive, and it's not scalable. Our clients are telling us they're spending as many as 3 days of processing time alone just for every day of data collection. It's an unsustainable model for those guys. Why is visual data a problem? Well, first of all, it comes in, it's unstructured, has very limited information around it. Secondly, general purpose AI platforms don't play well in this space. When you have an industry-specific problem set, such as identifying a bad solar cell in a solar panel from 150 feet with a moving vehicle, Watson just doesn't get it done. Finally, this needs to be incorporated into a workflow process for an enterprise client so that they can actually, once they've identified an image that has a problem and have some context around it, then you actually have to do something about it. And ultimately, the people who are doing something about it don't want the data in the first place. They actually want an answer to a problem. So how do we help them with that at Optelos? We ingest large sets of data easily for the client. We use our AI analytics at the pixel level to provide a lot more intelligent data about those images. And finally, we deliver this in a workflow platform that provides the clients integration with their existing enterprise systems. How do we generate revenue? We have software as a subscription. There are per image fees that are associated with the AI process. And we also do NRE and customization projects, as you would expect with enterprise type accounts. Some of the more exciting accounts since 2017, we do have a couple hundred customers, but Lockheed Martin's electric utility group has selected us for data analytics. Microsoft has selected us for working with them on identifying problems with paint and manufacturing environments. And we've done this with no funding. Long story short, our name's Optelos, and we're trying to change the way that enterprises manage visual data. Thank you.
Okay, good job, David. Okay, our next company is called Koki. Please welcome Sid Manny.
Good afternoon. In 2014, a technology called Docker emerged. It was an open source technology, and within 2 years, it achieved 30% market penetration. And a $1 billion company was created behind it. In 2016, another technology which was similar emerged, and it achieved 77% market penetration and killed Docker. Both of these technologies are so fast growing that today Amazon, Microsoft, and Google Cloud offer these as a service. I feel lucky to stand here and say that I helped create both of them and lead large efforts in both of them. Both of these technologies automate and make the IT workflows in organizations simpler and faster. Both of these technologies also signal a trend that's happening in computing. The trend where organizations are completely automating away and not managing their servers. This trend has been rightfully called as the serverless computing trend. In this trend, it is vital that companies stay agile, because if you're not able to move along with the times, where technologies change in 2 years, $1 billion companies are disrupted in 2 years, you cannot survive. Today, large banks like Bank of America are losing revenue to digital experiences like Venmo and Apple Pay. In order for Bank of America to provide services like Venmo and Apple Pay at the speed at which they're innovating, they need to hire a lot. Today they have 10,000 IT engineers, and they'll have to hire a significant percentage of new IT engineers, and they'll have to retrain them. They'll have to staff them, create new processes. This IT engineers, called the DevOps engineers, are the biggest bottleneck for big organizations like Bank of America to move fast. And these engineers contribute to 23% of all security breaches and outages that happen. I created Koki based on my research at Carnegie Mellon, and it exactly solves this problem. It's an infrastructure management platform without the human factor, where the function of the DevOps engineer is completely automated. With this platform, internal in-house IT projects and applications will be similar to using a SaaS project.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done, Sid. All right. This next company won its group round. Onesoftdigm is the name of the company. Chang Hun Lee is the founder. Please come up, Chang.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Douglas. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Onesoftdigm USA, and I usually start my presentation by asking, how much time do you spend to keep yourself healthy? You see, we're living in a world where 60% of the population is either overweight or obesity, and this is the second leading cause of death that's preventative in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a global epidemic, and right now the worst problem is that most people rely on their weight, their BMI, or their step counts or calories that you can get from your mobile applications or wearable watches. But these are all wrong representations of your health. But what if there's a solution that provides a number that gives you a qualitative understanding of your health and your exercises? For example, body compositions. As you can see, you could have two people with same weights, but two totally different body compositions. One could have higher internal body fats than the other ones. And this kind of disproportion in your body composition can put you at a risk of a lot of different health conditions. And right now, the only device that measures this kind of body composition is only available in hospital or clinics, or it's usually too expensive or too big to afford for the regular household. But don't worry. Today, I am proud to show you our solution, One Smart Diet. In 2016, we developed our first portable device that measures your body compositions. It measures your body fat percentage, skeletal muscle mass, BMI, BMR, step counts, and etc. And we spent around 4 years, $500,000 with 10 patents went in to develop this product. And this is how it works. All you need to do is type your height, weight, and age. It will take around 5 seconds to scan your body through the technological bioelectrical impedance analysis. And it's going to give you an easy to understand the result that you can see. And then it also recommends the result that you can see around that you recommend your diet, exercise, and what kind of body type you are to cleanse. And right now, we sell around 3,000 units all over the world, generating a profit of about $300,000. And our main targeted audiences were insurance company, fitness centers, and of any related fitness or healthcare-related personnel. And this is a global market. Healthcare global market will reach around $102 billion in 2022. And within this market, around 62% is a service and 38% is a product. So in the long term, we're going to tackle into B2B solution where we're going to provide a data service to a medical area regarding a body compositions. And these are our lovely team. Right now, we were founded in 2016. We raised it up to $800,000 of investments. And we have 19 personnel. And we have 3 different entities, one in Europe for targeting European markets, one in Asia for Korea, and one in the United States for targeting North and South America. And these are some of the key IPs and certifications and the trademark that we have. And this is what we are asking for. We're asking for $3 million of C-Series investments and of distribution partners globally. And if you truly believe that you can help people enjoy their healthier lifestyle, we're ready. All we need is your support. And if you have any questions or want to check your body composition, I'll be around the center stage. So just come say hi. Thank you.
Okay. Applause for Chang. Great job. All right, our 10th company pitching is called Parlay. And please welcome Keith Frankel.
Hi, everybody. My name is Keith Frankel. I'm one of the creators of Parlay. Can we do a next slide, please? We'll get there. Fuck it. All right, let's do it without it. So hi, everybody. My name is Keith Frankel. I'm one of the co-creators of Parlay. And before I get started, I just want to take a moment and have everyone think about all the different digital products you use every single day in your life. And while you're thinking about all of those, I want you to try and recall the last time that one of those teams behind those products got in touch with you and asked you for your feedback on something they were building. And I'm not talking about a marketing and sales team, and I'm not talking about a customer support team. I'm talking about somebody on the product team who's actually capable and responsible for building the products you use every single day. Can you recall it happening even once in the last 6 months? If the answer is no, then tell me this. How the hell can product teams know what to build for their users if they never actually talk to those users? Well, you see, today these teams are relying primarily on other teams at their companies or on passive observation, basically spying on you through analytics tools to learn everything they know about you in order to make these decisions. But let's imagine a totally different world, right? One in which you had the ability to collaborate directly with the designers and developers of all those products you use, and by doing so, control the future of their development. That is exactly the future Parlay is working toward. So in a nutshell, Parlay is a customer collaboration platform designed to transform the way these digital product teams engage users like you in order to build better, more useful, more enjoyable products. Right? The way Parlay works is we allow digital product teams to preview all the different new potential feature ideas they have directly inside of their live apps in the exact location where those features may one day exist. Users then have the ability to toggle on a labs mode view of their product, allowing them to review all these proposed features, give feedback on them, or propose their own features. And based on this, Parlay analyzes all this user sentiment and feedback and can suggest a single next step for those digital product teams, meaning should they build the feature or should they kill them entirely, all before they spend a single moment writing any of that code behind those features. Now, we believe Parlay is a game-changing tool for product teams today. It has been tested and validated in a live startup in 2.5 years. If you are interested in learning more or partnering with us, please take the time to come check out our website, parlay.ai. If you like it so much you'd like to invest, you can do so for as little as $100. Because as of an hour ago, we launched an equity crowdfunding campaign, which you can access right via our website. Sorry about the slides. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Applause for Keith with the freestyle. All right. We're halfway done. Pitch number 11. The company is Trusted Herd. Please welcome Brian Fox.
Hey, everybody. My name is Brian Fox, and I'm the CEO and founder of Trusted Herd. I've been in the event marketing industry for over 13 years. 5 years ago, I started my own event agency. And here's the thing I hate, and everybody else in my industry, it's event staffing. And yes, that's ironic because in face-to-face marketing, that's what drives our industry. I'm talking about the brand ambassadors and the promo workers, the Red Bull vehicles that drive around, the Miller Lite team out at the bar, a lot of the great people working the partner displays behind you. Here's the thing, and also talking about the staffing agencies that hire and manage them on behalf of brands and event agencies. But there's no accountability here. These guys can burn bridges every single day, and it doesn't matter. And in a $2.2 billion industry, that's wrong. So that's where Trusted Herd comes in. Carfax, Indeed, Glassdoor, all combined into a marketplace solution. Think of it as 50% DIY job posting, hiring, and event managing. The other 50% is an event mutual-sided reviews. Company reviews talent, talent gets to review company, and that's what makes it go around. We've had a lot of impressive traction since launching in January 2017, a couple of national startup spots, industry recognition and acknowledgement in the last few weeks. But here's what I'm most excited about, and this is what drives Trusted Herd, is it's our reviews. Promo worker can add any promo job they've worked in the last year and still rate a company and still be rated. We've now had over 6,600 reviews added by workers. When they do, we find out company that hired them, brand they represented, event that they worked, number of hours, their pay rate, and their position. What we're able to do with all of that data is create company-style Glassdoor pages where we also rank these companies in a completely objective third-party site. It's an incredible asset and tool that no one in our industry has ever had before. On these pages, you'll also find an industry first called the pay scale. It's the top 12 positions in our industry, it's what that industry average is, and then it's what that company pays on average. If you're a company using it to post jobs, it's $10 to post a job, $1 per hour per worker. It stacks up pretty quick. If you want to find talent by name, email, distance to event, here's what that looks like. Here's a profile. You want some peace of mind about a worker that you're going to hire? Here's what past reviews look like so you have that peace of mind. Look, here's the thing about the event marketing industry. We are at the forefront of brand activation in the US for all of these brands. But behind the curtain, it is a broken system, and Trusted Herd fixes that. We fix it with efficiency. We fix it with transparency. We fix it with accountability. And we sure as hell fix it by empowering workers. Trusted Herd is staff, event manage, rate, rank, repeat. Remember this, your reputation is everything. Your reputation is Trusted Herd. Thanks.
Okay, Brian, well done. Next up, please welcome RJ Jain from Price.com. RJ.
Meet Price.com, the most common shopping. Our proprietary technology marries machine learning and data science to show you results across all markets. New, used, local, private label, and more. Everyone shops online. Everyone shops online, including my grandma. US e-commerce, worldwide e-commerce market size is $4.8 trillion. US e-commerce market size is $461 billion. The growing segment of the used e-commerce is used e-commerce, growing on track to be $200 billion, growing 35% year over year. Today we shop online for almost everything. In the last 5 years, we have seen emergence of hundreds of localized stores and marketplaces to meet the ever-growing love for the convenience of online shopping. We have more choices than ever, prolonging the customer product search experience. Think about the last time you bought a pair of headphones. Product search has become an overwhelming, time-consuming, and incredibly frustrating experience. Let's demo Price.com to show you the new standard for product search.
Let's say we're shopping for noise-canceling headphones. Whenever you do a search, we feature the best sellers first. You can easily filter results by new, used, refurbished, local, private label, and more. Let's see if there's anything to buy in the neighborhood. So I'm going to hit the Use Local filter. Now I'm going to check out my private label options. I'm looking for an over-the-ear model. This one looks cool. So now I'm going to show you our browser extension. Let's say you started your shopping journey on Amazon. I select the product. Our browser extension pops down in under a second. This redirects you to Price, where you can see all of your shopping options, from new to used to private label and more.
We had incredible breakthroughs around product matching and normalization of data across markets. with blazingly fast 100 millisecond responses. We do this through automated data collection, advanced data science and machine learning, and latest machine vision technology. Since we launched in public beta in August 2017, we have 250,000 monthly visitors, 50,000 users on our browser extension. We help merchants with providing highly qualified leads, catalog intelligence, and browser extension with image recognition capabilities. We make money by CPC and CPA, advertising and sponsored sets, leveraging our data for B2B solutions. We are backed by top VCs and angels, including Founders Fund and Social Capital. We are setting the foundation for accelerated growth. Our team is harnessing advances in machine learning and data science to set new standards for product matching and product search experience. I've been coding since I was 14. I sold my last company to Google, which is powering Google Test Labs. I ran the engineering team at Sidecar, which was bought by GM.
And some applause for RJ. Well done, RJ. That way. At lucky number 13, Andrew Parker, welcome from Papa.
Hello. But it is Jordan Goldfeld, and I'm the head of sales and growth at Papa. Papa is an on-demand service that connects seniors with Papa Pals. What's the problem? Well, loneliness is now considered a disease. Other options are high cost, low quality, and family caregivers don't have enough time to support their loved ones, seniors. And most importantly, the senior population is the fastest growing population within the United States right now. So our solution is Grandkids on Demand. We're able to provide services, whether it's transportation, whether it's house needs, cooking, meal prep, cleaning, or just teaching them and helping them navigate the computer. And most importantly, companionship. When you think about that loneliness now being considered a disease, companionship is actually our second most provided service and second to transportation. Our network of Papa Pals are students that we farm from universities. And these students have an interest in nursing or the medical field. So they have an affinity towards helping these seniors. And right now, we go through an entire vetting process that allows that makes sure that these Papa Pals are suitable to provide service to these seniors. Background check, vehicle inspection, and lastly, a personality test. And we find 9 times out of 10, since we're using students that have an affinity towards healthcare, that they're the right people to help your guys' grandparents. The platform. So we have an app. We have a Papa Pal facing app. We have a member facing app. It's very simple to request a pal. We also have a 1-800 number because most seniors are not iPhone savvy. When it comes to our business model, we have 2 different memberships. We have a premium membership and a basic membership. The difference is that the premium membership, you're able to select the pals that you get service from on a regular basis. These seniors get comfortable pals, so we see a lot of conversions from the basic membership to the premium membership. We also charge $15 an hour, with the Papa Pal getting $10 of it. The team, we have, before I got into sales, I looked like Chris. But our team is very healthcare focused with over decades of experience. You see Andrew Parker and Randy Parker. Randy Parker is our CEO's father who started MD Live, leader in the telehealth space. So right now we have 150 seniors. We have 250 Papa Pals. We just launched in South Florida January 1st. We just launched Tampa last week. Our lifetime value of a senior is $1,300, and it costs us about $125 to acquire a customer. That is Papa. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's give some applause for Papa. At number 14, Justin Dangle. He's with Ready Responders. Please welcome Justin.
Hello, I'm Justin Dangle, the co-founder and CEO of Ready Responders. Before jumping in, I just want to say as a New Orleans-based company how exciting it is to have this conference here, and thank everyone for coming. It's really exciting to be the center of the entrepreneurial universe for a few days in our little community, so thank you all for being here. Ready Responders is an on-demand network of nurses, EMTs, firefighters, and other healthcare professionals that we've networked onto an app that's a little bit like Uber or Lyft, but version for healthcare. People can log in when they're available. We can dispatch them anywhere throughout the city in 5 to 7 minutes. It's different in that it has some other features. It's HIPAA compliant, and it also has skill-based routing. and protocol compliance. The use of this, the reason why we're doing this is that here in New Orleans and Louisiana and throughout America, a lot of people have trouble getting access to care. And just to give you an example of how this represents, here in Louisiana, the state budget's about $20 billion. $8 billion of that, or 40%, is Medicaid. And $1.5 billion of that Medicaid is visits to the emergency department. Studies by the New England Journal of Medicine, the Louisiana Public Health Institute, and others show that 80 to 90% of those visits could be better handled through urgent care, primary care, or some other source. And the real reason is people just don't have great access to care throughout this city and other parts of the country. So our responders can get somewhere within 5 to 7 minutes. They can do a basic assessment using very safe protocols developed by the Houston Fire Department and EMS. We then initiate a telehealth call with a doctor, and we can do about 85 to 90% of what a primary care or urgent care visit can do on the scene. At the end of the appointment, we make sure that our patients get the care that they need. That could be a round trip to and from the pharmacy. It could be an appointment with a primary care doctor, in which case we'll arrange transport, round trip transportation. This is fully funded by payers, so it costs $0 for patients. And the payers are excited about it because every time somebody goes to the ED, it typically costs them about $2,000. Our visit costs a heck of a lot less than that. And so that's our first use case. We're also involved with community care, which means our firefighters and EMTs and other professionals can go visit people who are chronically ill in the home a few times a week. These are at-risk patients, or what's called super utilizers of emergency departments, who often don't have the support they need at home and need a little bit of help following their care plan, understanding how to take their medications and so forth. And that's a $250 billion problem in the U.S. is non-adherence. This is a company that, unlike a lot of the tech companies that I've been a part of, really is focused on the people at the bottom of the economic spectrum. It mostly affects people on Medicaid, and we're excited to be a part of it. Just briefly, where we are stage-wise, we're seeing our first patients this month. The company's 14 months old. We've built our tech, and we're excited to have our first 60 responders on the platform. And hopefully when you all come back to New Orleans next year, you're going to see ready responders throughout the city providing the best care possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, well done, Justin. So our next company, they've had a great day. They won their group round earlier this morning. Please welcome Keller Fisher from Unimentors.
Hello, everyone. So this was me in college. Raise of hands. Who was excited to go to college? Right, me too. But my problem is I had no idea what I was doing. So Unimentors is a web application that allows anyone that's preparing for college an opportunity to get instant, unfiltered information from actual students in the classrooms about potential majors and interests. You can talk to them by video chatting on our platform, and you can search through them by majors and colleges, all before even setting foot on campus. So in the fall of 2017, guys, 20 million students started their journey in the United States from college. And they definitely all knew what they wanted to be, right? Wrong. 51% of them changed their majors by the end of the first year. By the end of the second semester, 40% of the students will transfer to another college. That sounds pretty crazy, right? Well, here's another. 30% of the students will drop out by the end of this year. Now, the college decision-making process has not changed much over the years. It mostly begins with universities and guidance counselors, sometimes parents. And honestly, the universities control the information, guys, and it's insular and it's filtered. If you think that makes things hard for United States students, imagine international students. They're at even a larger disadvantage. Now, you might be thinking, students, they're not admissions experts. And you may be right. However, they are the only ones today that are in the classrooms that you could be in tomorrow, that are studying exactly what you could be studying, living the campus life that you could be living. We just want to give you access to this unfiltered information by talking to students that are not paid, sponsored, or rewarded by universities. And mentees and their families sometimes ask questions. They're like, hey, what are the classes like? Is it hard to get an internship? Or did they help you out? Did you get a tutor? And honestly, we even had mentors do a whole video campus tour while talking to their mentees. Now, a session costs $10, and Unimentors gets a commission off of that. We also have packages for high schools and universities that we sell. And in the future, we'd like to have a marketplace where students can buy books from their mentors. Now, Mark and I are seeking investors to help grow Unimentors. We would like to have application assistance packages. We would like to have career testing, as well as AI monitored sessions and AI recommendations. The truth is, guys, not many students know what they really want to study when they go to school. Even fewer have the ability to travel to multiple campuses. And even fewer still can hire career and college coaches for thousands of dollars. For the rest of us, though, who are not sure about what we want, for all the international students out there, and for anybody who's seeking unfiltered information to help make more confident college choices, there's Unimentors.
Okay. Well done, Keller. All right, we're in the home stretch, everyone. Next up, please welcome Jason Taylor from Selery.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Taylor, CEO and founder of Selery Fulfillment. We are a third-party logistics company. We handle inventory management, pick, pack, and order fulfillment for small to medium-sized businesses. The reason I started this business is I was actually working for a company that we sold products online, and we began to look for a fulfillment company because no one wants to pack boxes all day. So the problem we ran into is we were too small, so most of the companies wouldn't talk to us, and then the few that did, they had pricing structure that was so complex that we literally couldn't figure out what our true cost was going to be. So here's some of the problems that are faced by small businesses: cost of warehouse space, employees, materials, and shipping costs without the economies of scale. The solution is Selery Fulfillment. You sell it and we handle the rest. This slide is so simple by design. I'm trying to drive home the point that it truly is that simple. You market and grow your business, and Selery will handle everything else. There's a huge market opportunity. In 2017, less than 9% of the overall retail market was done online. That's going to grow by 15% a year over the next through 2020. And as we all know, everything's going online, so that's just going to continue to grow. Here's a case study of one of our smaller customers to see. We ran a side-by-side comparison to see the exact same services with Selery compared with some of the competitors. And as you can see, it's virtually half the cost for a small business to do business with Selery versus some of those. And this is basically what we've done the last 3 years. In December of 2015, we had about $3,000 in monthly revenue. December 17, we ended at $331,000 in monthly revenue. We just closed out our last month at almost $500,000, and this is where we're going. December of 18, we'll be at $1 million a month revenue, and this is pretty much a fully baked number. This is companies that are booked and in the onboarding process, so we expect to far exceed that number. And what's kind of cool, I didn't put a slide for this, but as the revenue chart goes like this, the expense chart is going in the opposite direction. We've cut our unit cost per shipment by 50% every 3 months. And here's kind of a profile of who uses Selery. We've got over 100 companies right now using Selery, and that's growing. And also we've added more services, so our average monthly revenue has grown by 210% over the past year. We're in the early days of a huge opportunity to be the leader in a highly fragmented and underserved online retail market. And so far we've raised about $2 million, led by Mark Cuban Companies and Deep Space Ventures. And if anybody wants to talk about Selery Fulfillment or how we can possibly help your business, we'd be glad to talk to you. Thank you.
All right. Well done, Jason. Dip Porcayasta from HyperXchange. Please welcome Dip.
Hi, guys. HyperXchange, India's fastest growing marketplace for refurbished gadgets. Now, why is that relevant? A, because India is the largest market for refurbished products in the world today. And B, because we're launching in the US later this year. What do? We essentially refurbish gadgets, provide 12-month warranty on each product that we sell out, and we buy and sell anywhere. So you're allowed to buy and sell anywhere on our platform, and I'll explain how. You can buy in-app on our website. You can also sell your phone on our ATMs, neighborhood ATMs, which we call them the Anytime Mobile Network, where you can actually pop in your mobile phone and it tests and gives you a price, and you can actually sell your phone right there. We also source a lot of our products from large aggregators like Amazon, Quikr, and Flipkart in India. That's where we sell from, so that's where you can sell it from. And when we sell it to you, we again sell it omni-channel. We sell it on your website, on our mobile phones. You can also buy it from our online storefronts. We have our own online storefront. We also partner with people like eBay, where we sell from. And we also sell from a 500-plus retail network that's growing right now. We plan to target to have around 3,000 retail networks by next year. So that's where we are omni-channel, online as well as offline. We have a team which is very it's an electric mix of folks. One of my co-founders is actually fresh out of college, and I have 20 plus years experience building several businesses over hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's a very interesting mix of creativity and experience, and that's the team that makes it happen. The journey so far, we started off in end of 2016. When we started off, we were selling around 15 devices per week. Since that time, we've scaled to around 15 devices an hour, and we're planning to sell, by the end of this year, we plan to sell 15 devices per minute. That's the target, and that's why we're scaling. On the way, we got incubated by Microsoft, and end of last year, we raised around $1 million in equity and around $15 million in debt option. The market that we targeted was essentially, the strength was that it's almost 95% gray market, and it's a $12 billion market that could be cracked. So that was the opportunity. We took it with like we said, omni-channel play, offline, online. We also have tech on the back with AI, which essentially lets you understand the price of the products that you're buying in. So we are able to reprice it and take it to market. And because we are omni-channel, we have technology depth, we are really the only player in that market which stands out. I mean, every other player is either just online or doesn't have any tech support to understand the price of the refurbished product that they're buying. This is the road ahead. Right now, we're at a run rate of $30 million GMV, gross merchandise value. We're closing to target to close this year at $200 million GMV. And in the process, we're basically going to scale and enter into US.
HyperXchange.
Thank you so much, guys.
3 to go, everybody. Please welcome from Shelf, Stefan Kalb.
Oh, thank you. My name is Stefan. So this story actually starts about 10 years ago. I did something crazy. I started a food company. You're probably wondering, why would I do something like that? But things actually went pretty well. We grew to over 400 retail points. We got featured as the head product in some really cool retail projects. In the process, I got to meet some really interesting folks. And this is one of the most fascinating people I get to meet. I call him Gerald. He's a buyer at a grocery store, and he actually has a really complicated job. Gerald has to actually predict the future, match it up with the actual gross margin of products, knows what's actually on the shelf, and then order product practically every day. And what he's trying to do is hit this profit maximizing function. He's saying to himself, how do I actually make money in all these products? Now, I saw this. I realized that Gerald is having a really tough time with this. The Geralds of the world are purchasing about $2 trillion worth of food a year just in the United States. So I decided to start Shelf Engine. Now, Shelf Engine, when we put Shelf Engine into practice, we compared to the Gerald, and we're able to reduce waste close to half of what he was able to do, and at the same time, increase sales. So we asked ourselves, if we can outperform Gerald so well, let's not just sell him a SaaS product. Let's see if we can actually take on the inventory risk. And if we can take on the inventory risk and beat out what he can do, make way larger margin. So we price in the inventory risk, we manage the order, and what we can actually do is get over 4% margin on all the GMV that's coming through. And these are all reoccurring orders. When we get a new retailer on the platform, they start with one product, and then soon after that, they start adding more and more products, which creates this network effect. The more that happens, the more the shelves that we take over at the retailer, the more the retailers that we take over from the vendor. And what happens here is we get a lot of data feeding through the system, which feeds to better predictions, which lowers waste, increases sales, and we can make a better margin. So where are we at today? We're growing 12% week over week. We have 100 retailers on the platform currently. And if you're a retailer, this is what it looks like when you jump on. You can start easily adding products to your cart, and you can move forward. And from there forward, you are using our system and can easily add more. And then as a vendor, you can add retailers, and you'll have retailers starting to be added to your platform. So I have a quick request before we end. This is our website. If you know a retailer or a vendor, this is, point them in this direction. We can get them started in less than a week. And just imagine what could happen if we could actually reduce food waste by half in this country. It would be an amazing thing for our planet. Thank you.
Okay, that's Shelf. That's Stefan. Second last pitch, everyone. From Cellibre, please welcome Ben Chiarelli.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So our choir of judges has a difficult task. they have to figure out which company is going to employ one of these technologies to build a great business and hopefully change the world for the better. But believe it or not, I have a more difficult challenge because I have to convince you that the most elegant, consequential tech on that table is this desk plant, and more specifically, the cells within that plant. We are on the verge of the next great industrial revolution, and at the heart of that revolution is sustainability. Cells have machines, and those machines are programmed by DNA code to have those cells intake nutrients and make products. We now have the ability to change those machines and reprogram those cells to make almost an unlimited number of products, from textiles to medicines and beyond. Why is that important? Well, first of all, biology is infinitely scalable because cells divide. Cells also repair themselves, meaning less downtime, lower maintenance costs, and they make products with nanoscale precision. They do all of this sustainably because they're living organisms and don't create toxic byproducts. So if you have a tech where you can make almost any product in the world more sustainably, economically, and scale it, where do you start? Obviously, cannabis, and more specifically, cannabis extracts. So before I tell you how we're going to hack this supply chain, let me walk you through how it's done today. If you wanted to make THC, first you have to start with a plant, bred or cloned to make high concentrations of THC. Then over 3 to 6 months, you grow that plant, harvest it, you extract the oils from the leaves, and what you end up with is an oil that is somewhere between 70 and 90% THC. If you want a different molecule, start it all back over with a different plant. So what are we doing? We are going to brew natural cannabis extracts like you would beer. Here's how it works. We're going to take a cell like yeast, we're going to swap out the machinery within that cell, and then program that yeast to consume sugar water and turn that sugar water into the same exact natural product that you would extract from the plant. THC, CBD, all 200 molecules. What's very interesting about this is what would take 5 million square feet of agriculture, we can do in less than 20,000 square feet. So it's a very scalable technology. Ultimately, we think we're going to be quality and cost advantage to agriculture, even when it's permitted to scale. And we're going to basically act as an ingredient provider, first in the human pharmaceutical markets, in the animal health markets, and then in geographies where regulations allow, we are going to go into the consumer markets. Like I said at the beginning, this is a technology that literally can make almost any product on the planet. So while we're going to be laser focused on cannabis and disrupting that supply chain from the beginning, we're going to be that'll be the first of many products that we ultimately bring to life. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ben from Cellibre. Oh my God, number 20, we made it to the end. This has just gone so perfectly well, so smooth. Cameron Yarbrough, last from Torch.
Hello, Collision. My name is Cameron Yarbrough. I'm CEO of Torch. We're a leadership development company. A few weeks back, I had the good fortune of catching up with Emmett Shear. He's the CEO of a high-growth startup. They're growing like a weed, and he has over 1,000 employees now. And since I'm very interested in leadership, I asked Emmett, I said, do you have any managers who are still with you now at over 1,000 employees that were with you in the early days when you had less than 50 people? And he said, yes, actually, I have quite a few. And I said, what are the characteristics of those employees who have been able to scale with you? And he said, that's easy. He said, first of all, they're highly intelligent, so that's a prerequisite. But he also said they happen to have a growth mindset, because these are people who had to have the ability to receive negative feedback and integrate that negative feedback and put it to good use. They also had to have the ability to have people promoted over them and tolerate that. So at Torch, what we're doing is we're helping employees develop those skills, develop a growth mindset, and become more self-aware. And we're doing that by building a global marketplace of executive coaches, software, and analytics tools. We've had great traction so far. We're already doing over $190,000 in monthly recurring revenue. And we've been growing at 22% per month since we launched back in September. We did that last month on a 51% profit margin. Why are we growing so fast? Here's why. Coaching for managers is actually a $15 billion untapped market. We believe that over 3 million managers and individual contributors would opt into coaching if a high-quality, low-cost solution were available for enterprise. Our software allows managers to log in, take an assessment, set their goal progress in our analytics dashboard over time. My co-founder and I are the right people to run this company. I was a CEO coach for many years, working with high-profile founders and students at Stanford Graduate School of Business. My co-founder has a PhD in clinical psychology. He deeply understands data, testing, analytics. In short, we are Torch, and we're on a mission to help employees become more self-aware and develop a growth mindset. We're using a global marketplace of executive coaches, software, and data tools. Thank you, Collision.
Okay, Cameron. Applause for Cameron. We've now made the finalists, the semifinalists are backstage. Please, a huge round of applause for all 20 companies. Amazing. So now we're going to be counting and verifying and collecting the scores from our esteemed panel of judges. And tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. here on set, 3 finalists will pitch live for you all. But before you leave, the power is in your hand to contribute to this vote. Please use the Collision app and pick your favorite company. Please do so now and throughout the evening. That will be part of the scoring to determine the finalists on stage tomorrow. So see you tomorrow at 12. This was just fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That concludes our content here. Please consult the app for details on Night Summit.